Hi guys, this is Scribbly again with another pen review. Today it's not a fountain pen, but a rollerball, but it's a Kaweco. It's the Kaweco Student, and I've already reviewed the Kaweco Student a couple of weeks or months ago. In the fountain pen version, the fountain pen, it was the clear, transparent demonstrator version of the pen that I had. As said, yeah, it was the fountain pen. That here is the black version. They all come with, Kaweco Students all come with silver trims. And as said, that here is the rollerball. It doesn't always have to be fountain pens. At times, a rollerball is also a very useful tool in everyday life, especially for all those moments when you don't have a nice plain writing surface, or when, I don't know, it's like very hot outside or something like that, and you're maybe worried that the ink will expand and pen start burping, or ink will leak or something like that, which normally doesn't happen. But for some situations I find, oh, now we have the capping problem here, I find a rollerball to be a very nice alternative. That one here costs around 35-ish euros, something like that, mid-price range rollerball. It's a pretty nice pen. It's a slightly smaller pen. What I find particularly appealing about that size is that it's perfect for sliding it into the shirt pocket, which again makes it a very nice option for everyday carry. It's also a very sturdy pen. I wouldn't be worried about throwing that pen around or whatsoever. That is very, very sturdy plastic. In fact, very classy pen shape, looks very nice. Black and silver is also a very classy color combination. It says Kaweco here on the clip. This is this typical Kaweco clip. You also find those clips as optional add-on clips for the Kaweco Sports, for example. Some decoration on here as a center band. Kaweco, it says Kaweco here, and then Germany on the back side here it says Kaweco Student, which is the model name. Then you have this very classy old school Kaweco 3-syllable Kaweco logo here that also does look very classy. I find that is something that is very nice to carry around in the shirt pocket. Also, since the finial here doesn't stick out so much, it won't stick out so much on your shirt pocket. It's a screw-on cap, which always looks nice, and if you take out a pen and you can unscrew the cap, that is always something that, yeah, looks good in a meeting or whatever. It's just it's nice. You can, like, you know, the color combination, I find black and silver is really nice to be used in meetings or school or for studies or whatever. Inside there is nothing much, some kind of, like, it's probably brass or whatever there is in there. Actually, otherwise it's the same body than the fountain pen, more or less. I've tried to put a fountain pen body on here that works, but you can't use that here in you can't put that in a fountain pen body because, like, the inside there's something a little bit different, so it won't really fit in. Comes with a Kaweco refill. I'm actually not so familiar with rollerball refill standards, so I'm not sure if you have to buy that from Kaweco or if you could replace that with something else, but I'm sure a minute of Googling will help you with that. And then you put the refill back in here. There is no spring in here or something like that. That's just like the metal barrel, so it just sits in here inside the metal barrel. And then you close it like that. And that's it. Nice size. As said, it's slightly on the smaller side. If it's too small for you, you can post it. When you post it, because the cap doesn't post very deep, just posts on the end here. It gets a bit top heavy, not much, but it gets fairly long, but definitely usable. Let's do a size comparison to some other pens that I have here, or one other pen that I have here, my standard reference pen, the Lamy Safari. So the Kaweco Student here, and you see that is like the charcoal matte black finish on the Safari here. Excuse me. On that pen here, on the Kaweco Student, we have like a shiny finish. You see the light reflections in here, but it doesn't really pick up fingerprints, so that's really okay. For dry throat, need to drink a sip of coffee, excuse me. Yeah, a tad shorter than the Lamy Safari. I don't have another rollerball to compare it to here, but normally I do fountain pens, but at times I find a rollerball quite nice and still a tad shorter than the Lamy Safari. We can do a writing sample in the end. Of course, there's not so many things to test for than with fountain pens, like line variation and wetness and all that doesn't really make sense here. If we've not talked about the section, let's do that right here as we've zoomed in. The section flares out towards both sides, which makes it comfortable to hold. It's a chrome section, or looks chromish metal. You might think that it is slippery, but for me it has worked out pretty well. I didn't find it slippery. So it's a slightly shorter section, as you can see here, but since the threads here and the step down are not very sharp, like, you could also hold it a little bit more upwards if that would be more comfortable for you. Otherwise, comes with a black refill. Kaweco student. Writes as a fine or extra fine fountain pen, I would say. Smooth writing experience. Not scratchy whatsoever. Very nice. It's a nice refill. So I would probably go with the original Kaweco refill if I would have to replace that one here. If I didn't know about another nice alternative. I like to carry that pen with me and as a note taker when I'm out and about, and sometimes when I don't really have the energy, and like when I don't really want to carry a fountain pen and deal with the fountain penish issues that they at times bring, then that is a pretty nice alternative to Kaweco Student Rollerball. I hope that review was useful to you as well, and I'll see you as always at the next review. Bye bye.